And welcome to another episode of the Thompson's Comic Corner. This is a comic book podcast where we just talk comic books. Pretty simple, pretty easy. My name's Zach, and I'm here with the great and extraordinary George from Shortbox Summary.
What's up, Zach? How's it going?
Oh, it's going, baby, it's going. So new thing for the show in the intro. We are now sponsored. So the great people from Hailstorm Vintage, great little vintage store in Waynesville, Ohio. It's south of Dayton, Ohio. Um, they have awesome comic books. They literally have like I want to say it's six walls, like six shelving units on the wall, full of just like retro, anywhere from the 50s to the 70s comic books, and they got bangers. They got ASM number one. It's there. I know it is.
Oh, damn.
But
I
they have a oh, go
I was,
ahead,
I was
George.
like, I've never been to that shop, but man, do I love Dayton. You got the Air Force Museum, you've got Wings Over, which is a great chicken franchise that I know exists in Dayton. What a place to be.
See? And then you got Hailstorm Vintage, where if you go and you say that you heard about them through our show, Thompson's Comic Corner, TCC, you will get 10% off of your purchase. So
Holy
I
shit.
approached them. Yeah, I
10,
approached them
10%
about a
off of
sponsor.
ASM1 is not nothing.
It's right. I don't know if they do 10% off the ASM, but
Yeah,
I
I,
do
I,
know,
I wouldn't. Yeah.
yeah, there might be some exclusions, just saying. But for the most part, it's supposed to be 10% off of your entire purchase. And it was really cool. I had met them at Three Rivers Comic Con last year, and they're great people. And so yeah, they have this really beautiful shop. I actually believe they have two shops now. Don't quote me on that, but I'm almost positive they have two that are in like around the same area. So if you guys are ever in the Dayton area, go give them a stop. They have all kinds of cool stuff. They got vintage clothing, comic books. They got fucking VHS tapes. They got cassette tapes. They got old school 90s toys. It's a beautiful shop.
Do they have baseball cards?
Couldn't tell you. They might.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna have comic books, usually somebody's got a card somewhere in that place. Usually. So today's episode, we are back for, I believe this is part four. I think it's part four. Part four of the Infinite Crisis storyline for us. This is the last part of the countdown to Infinite Crisis.
Hmm.
And this book was Villains United. It's a six issue miniseries. And George is going to tell you all about it. I read it, but this was his idea, so he gets to tell you about it.
Heck yeah, I am. Villains United was written by Gail Simone, penciled by Dale Eaglesham, and Val Semikis, inked by Wade Von Grawbadger, Prentice Rollins, colored by Snow Cones, lettered by Jared K. Fletcher, and Pat Brosseau. This is, I hate to call you out here. This is actually our fifth episode about the countdown to the Infinite Crises, because we did the first episode was just the Countdown to Infinite Crisis, the one shot.
All right, yeah, you got me.
I did. I'm sorry. I
Listen,
hated
there's so
doing
many of them at this point. I lose count.
it. You are too prolific of a podcaster. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm
This,
trying, baby. I'm trying. Now, hey, now before we get any further,
yeah.
I just want to say that I love Gail Simone's storytelling in this,
Hmm.
but everybody that she worked with on here, I'm just gonna like, we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room. Dude, these are some wild names, and I'm so glad that you read those off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna attempt it.
um, yeah, Wade Von Grawbadger. That is a name I've been reading for 20 years in comics. I'm pretty sure was on like Ultimate Spider-Man at a certain point. And I remember like reading that
I
being
never
like,
made it that far.
I'm like, oh, that's a silly name. But then being like, oh, this dude is like one of the most talented people I've ever seen work at their job. Like this guy is so fucking good at everything he does. Um, crazy names. None so more crazy than the six characters in this book that we're going to focus on, though, right?
Oh yeah. So ooh, I can do those ones. I can do those.
Okay,
All right.
hit me.
So I got you. We got Catman,
Yeah.
which a lot of respect after reading this.
Hell yeah.
Cheshire. Oh, I probably
Hmm.
butchered that.
No, no, you nailed it.
Oh, let's go. You got Deadshot,
Yeah.
and then we got Ragdoll,
Hmm.
Mockingbird,
Yeah.
which Mockingbird, that we're gonna get into that. That kind of I didn't really like that part, but we'll get to that. Then you got Scandal,
Sure
which
do.
we're gonna say her full name, Scandal Savage, and we'll see if anybody can pick up who that is.
Man, that sounds like a wrestler from like 1998. Like, can't you see her like participating in the Rumble, like
Yeah, I
alongside
was
China?
I
Yeah.
was thinking of like a bad 80s hair band.
Well, I mean, Scandal was a bad 80s hair band that I love, but was a bad 80s hair band.
And then I'm missing a character. I know it. I feel like
You're missing Parademon,
there you go, Parademon. I knew I
which
was missing one.
confession time, I never heard that word spoken out loud as a child. So I always read it as Parademon, like like a Pokemon or like a Digimon.
Oh, see, I was reading it as Parademon, but I always like mess shit up like that. So like I was thinking in my brain, I'm like, it's probably not right, but it sounds
Yeah.
good in my brain.
Yeah, 35-year-old me is laughing at 15-year-old me for thinking it was Parademon. Yeah, those are our characters. They're the good guys, technically.
I mean, compared to the other guys, yeah.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, in reality, they're really not good guys. They're just kind of pissed. So they just want to foil the other villains' ideas. That's really it. Well, no, because Catman's trying to make up for his past and he's trying to be a hero, right? I feel like that's what he's doing in this book.
Yeah, everyone in here wants to stick. Let's set the table a little bit. There's the secret society of supervillains that Luther set up, and it's got like kind of a murderer's row of people on like I'm gonna say like the board, right? Like the executives that are running it. You got Deathstroke, you got Black Adam, you've got Dr. Psycho, you've
Which I
got
didn't know who the hell that guy was.
Little Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dr. Psycho. He's a Wonder Woman villain.
Okay. Yeah, I've never really I read the first six issues of George Perez's run. It's
Okay.
very
I don't think he
very
was I don't think he was in that.
no.
Yeah.
She goes through the trials and all that stuff. She goes down into that little tube and battles all these like weird
Mhm.
creature things. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Let's see who else is there. Talia al Ghul's there, and Vandal Savage is there too, I think, right? I think he's like one of the higher ups there. So they've got them at the top, and they're going around, they're recruiting every possible villain, and they've got a pretty good sales pitch. The one book that I didn't ask you to read for this, because I think it's honestly one of the prettiest books I've ever seen, because it's drawn by Rags Morales, but I don't think it's like a very fucking good book. Identity Crisis, or yes, Identity Crisis. That was the book where shenanigans happen, and they end up lobotomizing Dr. Light because he does something horrible to to someone in that book, and they end up like forcibly magically removing the memory of him doing that thing and everything he learned to put him in a position to do that thing. And so they found out about that, and they're using that as a sales pitch to be like, hey man, these heroes are crossing the line, like we got to band together so that we can do this to them and we can come out on top.
Yeah, they so like their main plan in the story, from what I gathered, was they want to brainwash the Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cut and dry. That is Lex Luthor's main plan.
Yeah.
And
So,
then so all right, I just gotta ask a question because
hit
I'm a
me.
little you gotta explain it to me. So when Mockingbird, okay, spoilers, if you guys haven't read this, you've had 20
Oh,
years to read it.
so many spoilers. And also just for context, in case like you have read this and you forgot, Mockingbird is like the unknown person who's arranged the six heroes who denied the secret society of supervillains. Like they don't want to join. And so these six people have been brought together by Mockingbird to attack the secret society of supervillains and disrupt their plans because they are all on a list. They're all supposed to die because they refused this offer. And Mockingbird is the one giving them orders. He's like the Charlie of Charlie's Angels.
That was so beautifully put. This is why you're here.
Ooh.
Um, so Mockingbird only talks to Scandal, which if you didn't know who she was, you did not know that her dad was uh Savage. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So when they drop that bomb on you, I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And her character design's kind of badass, like when she has her armor and shit on.
Oh, dude, she looks like a Mortal Kombat character. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I like her uh layout. I also really like Catman. But anywho, back to Mockingbird. That's a clone of Lex Luthor? Question mark.
That is not a clone of Lex Luthor.
Okay, so why the hell is there two of them?
I could tell you, but I'm afraid I'm going to
It
ruin the
has
main book
something.
of Infinite
Okay,
Crisis.
okay, all right. So I need to go in with that
I
when
will tell
reading.
you that I will tell you not a clone of Lex Luthor.
Okay,
Of it's central to Infinite Crisis, but it is
okay,
like it was like the hand grenade of this book. I remember
okay.
reading
Yeah.
this. I remember picking up all these books. It was impossible to find the first issues of a bunch of these. I had to like settle for second prints, and I was not thrilled about that as a 15-year-old. But I was happy, honestly, just to read them. I wasn't thrilled just because like the covers were different and like that kind of bothered me. But I was able to read these, and then that happened. I was like, wait, what does this mean? And then I remembered we were heading into Infinite Crisis, and then put two and two together, kind of, and then was just like waiting for the actual reveal to happen in Infinite Crisis. And that shit blew my mind. That little reveal was such a big thing where it really hinted at the scale. And there's other weird things that happened in this book that I feel like I don't want to say more than the other tie-ins we read, but at least as much, if not a little more than the other tie-ins we read for Countdown,
Well,
play
yeah. In
into the
in this
central parts
one,
of Infinite Crisis.
yeah, in this one, and I believe that it has a lot to do with the writer, like Gail Simone. Again, I will toot her horn as much as I can. Um, she does so good at the whole story. Like it's six issues that all six are, I wouldn't call them bangers, but they don't suck. There's nothing that's like filler in the story, and like it's actually a pretty decent story,
Mhm.
building up to a monster moment that, is going to happen. And I feel like the reveal was actually done really well. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? Because like I
Yeah.
don't know. It kind of reminds me of when I read X Factor with the guys from the Last Comic Shop podcast, and Strife was revealed to be Cable,
Mhm.
but it wasn't Cable, but it is
Yeah.
Cable, but it's not
But,
Cable.
but it's not, even though it is. Yeah.
But I feel like that they did the same, it's the same concept, and it worked really well. Because again, like I don't know who that is, but in my mind right now, leaning into this, like why the hell's there two Lex Luthors? And I know that I probably jumped the ball and like, hey, we got like a whole bunch of other stuff we could talk about. But like that's the biggest thing that I got from this was like, oh boy. And like they want to brainwash the Justice League. And Catman may have been a villain at one point, but I feel like he has the potential to be a really big hero, which again, they don't do anything with, as far as I know. But I mean, he doesn't have like his own solo series or, an absolute Catman. So,
He does not. No.
yeah.
That's actually probably like one of the sadder parts is that like the Catman definitely had like a moment after this. What a glow up. It's annoying because they show what happened to him in a previous Green Arrow book where like he was I'm not body shaming when I say it, but like he was like kind of chonky, kind of overweight, kind of down, kind of a loser. And he like talks about this moment in that Green Arrow book. He like references it in like issue 3 or 4, I think, in this book. And he talks about like being such like a version of himself he never wanted to be. And his exact words were like, "So I killed my old life and then, like joined a new pride of cats." And like recommitted myself to like what's actually important and what actually matters. Like it's such like a 1920s like Tarzan-esque moment of just like I'm going to claim what it means to be a proud, noble person, you know?
Yeah, he goes out there with nothing but a knife in his bare hands.
Yeah, no, it's so good.
It's
It's
pretty
so
badass.
it's like very William Burroughs. It's very Hal Foster. Like it's just classical literature shit, and I loved it so much. And he was so cool. And even Talia wanted his nuts after that, man.
Yeah, and so did well, he tells that story after he just got done boinking what oh
Cheshire.
hell.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cheshire. Which dude, she's a snake. I don't care. I don't
yeah.
care. She set him up.
I'm so torn on that because again, like I said in our crossover episode where we are talking Spider-Man, Superman, I would never tell Gail Simone how to do her job. She's forgotten more about comic books than I'll ever know. I'm a professional writer technically. She's a better writer than I'll ever hope to be, and I'm so glad because like I get to read her work. It's fantastic. This relationship I have with Gail Simone where she writes books and I buy them and I enjoy them. I'm so happy with it. Cheshire has been showing up more recently in DC books, and I think I like her more in the current DC universe where she is more of an anti-hero. However, I think she's such a more interesting character in this book where she is such a flippant, I'm going to use this word again, hand grenade, man. Like you have no idea if the pin is in or not, like if she's going to go off or not. And it's like, it's such suspenseful, tense writing when she's talking because it's like, is she going to destroy everything they've been building? Or is she going to allow it to happen? Like it's just like you never know what's going to happen next with her. And I think that's more interesting, even if her being a bit more of a softie in current DC books is maybe I just like it because it's less stressful. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, so what happens is that she tricks Catman, like they sleep together, and all she wanted was his seed. She wants, to have his child. And then
Yeah.
she kind of uses that over, like puts that like over his head in a pretty like dire situation.
Uh-huh.
And like to me, that's so shitty. It's like like you're putting him in such a shit predicament. And
Hmm.
it's like, I get it. I understand that, the decision that he makes, but like, is it the right decision? Is it the
Dude,
wrong
the
decision?
the logic she uses for doing that is so messed up too.
Yeah.
Basically, like all these people are doing this because I guess technically it's the right thing to do. Not really though. They're all being at the end of the first issue, it's revealed that like if they follow through, if their mission's successful, they all get rewarded a continent, basically. Like they become like the new kings and queens of the earth, right? But also Mockingbird has this line where he's just like, I don't know what's better, the carrot or the stick, so I've used both. You get a reward or I just take something away from you. And so he said that there was like a an explosive charge in her daughter's head that like she had with is it Arsenal, right? Like Red Arrow, Roy Harper.
Yes.
Yeah. So like her reasoning for getting Catman to knock her up is like now I've got nothing to lose because I have another kid on the way. And you're just like, holy shit, you're a sociopath. Like I can't believe that that's where your brain went as far as like protecting yourself and like protecting your interests. Like it's so messed up. Again, I like her more now because she's chill and she's just like, fun mom who does bad shit sometimes in current DC books, but it's like her and her relationship with Roy, her relationship with her daughter. Like I think it's really fun. But this is just like diabolical. And like there's just nothing else like this. It's so good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like her logic is, I mean, it's kind of shitty. But
Oh, and terribly shitty. Yeah.
yeah, like but again though, like it's such another, how do I put this? Doing it that way though, it makes it more interesting as a character because like
Yeah.
she is, as you put it, a hand grenade.
Yeah.
And so what she does is she ultimately sells them out. And now, like, you know, they got, I wouldn't say it's who's who of villains, but they got a lot of villains that show up at their doorstep.
They do.
And
Yeah.
and I've never really paid attention to like Deadshot as a character, but I really like him
Hmm.
because he just kind of like just tells it as it is. Like he don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like at one, like the only thing that he does care about is at the end, him and Catman kind of like become, I wouldn't say besties or friends, but like they kind of like, have an understanding. And he's like, I'm sorry, I shot your cats.
That's the part I still don't understand. Um,
Yeah, why he did it.
I think I know why he did it. He did it at the order of Mockingbird to get Catman to join the Secret Six. Like
Right, that's what I assumed.
that's it's never said, but like I feel like with 95% certainty that's why he did it, right? But I don't understand why he forgave him, is what I'm saying. Because like at the end of this book, like they're kind of talking like at the end of Casablanca, like I think this is the start of a beautiful friendship. Like it's just like two people who like shouldn't have anything in common decide to go off together, and it's kind of it feels weird, but it gives us Secret Six, which is a book I remember enjoying quite a bit when I was in high school as that was coming out.
Yeah, the only character I really didn't care for, like I even like Parademon.
Hmm.
I liked his so the character I didn't care for was Ragdoll.
Oh,
I
you're
did.
you're you're so wrong.
Yeah, but
Ragdoll rips. He's so
well, what I
cool.
thought was cool though, like the only thing that I liked Ragdoll for was Parademon was so protective of him.
Yeah.
And he's like, you killed the clown.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't even tell jokes. Like that's what was funny to me. Like I liked Parademon's like guardianship of Ragdoll. Like that's funny to me because and this team works really well together.
Yeah.
Now, granted, on paper, all right, you think about this. Catman, Cheshire, Deadshot, Ragdoll, Parademon, and Scandal Savage don't stand a chance in hell against Deathstroke, Black Adam, Lex Luthor,
Oh
Talia
yeah.
al
Yeah.
Ghul. It doesn't matter. At that point, you're dead.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're trying to foil their plan, and at the first issue, Catman actually writes a letter to the Green Arrow. And at the last issue, they meet at the end, and he's telling him, he's like, "Hey, listen, they're going to try to use this against you guys."
Mhm.
And what is it? Green Arrow's just like, okay,
He's so unbothered by this, which like
okay.
I guess makes sense based on the Identity Crisis book. I feel bad now. I'm like maybe we should have read that one first. I just don't like it is the problem. Uh, but like he's the one who's like the most outspoken about the shit they did in that book. So like it makes sense that he's just kind of like sitting there taking his licks about how like he knows he messed up. But also like the fact that he seems so casual about it. Catman clocks him and like he deserves it. you know?
Well, I don't really care for what's the Green Arrow's real name?
Ollie.
It's yeah, I don't really care for him anyways.
Oh man, just
Yeah,
you just gotta read the right book.
yeah, like as a character, I mean, I don't know. I don't care for Hawkeye either. They have the same skill set, except one's usually rich and the other one's poor.
You just have like a bow and arrow bias, it sounds like.
I guess, dude. Yeah, like I just don't care for either character. I just don't really find them either one interesting.
Actually, I don't know if you do because you like Taskmaster when he's pretending to be Hawkeye, right?
Yeah, I do like Taskmaster. Yeah, and I do like, except in the movies, they did her wrong.
Yeah.
Damn Thunderbolts. Which that's not, listen, that movie gets a lot of hate, but that movie's all right.
That movie is pretty good, but I agree they totally did Taskmaster dirty in it.
Yeah, I don't care for that appearance. We could have done without that. Shit.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, again, I don't care. Actually, you know what? I take that back. There is a Green Arrow moment that I do like, and it's written by Tom Taylor, and it is Deceased. And it's when Batman pretty much said that like Green Arrow is nothing. Like he's a nobody. He's not a threat. And he shoots Aquaman in the eye because he's a zombie, whatever they are,
Yeah.
whatever they're supposed to be. And
The anti-life stuff or whatever,
he
right? Yeah.
shoots him in the eye on top of like a monster. And he's like, yeah, where's Batman at now? he's like, who else could freaking shoot Aquaman in the eye from 400 feet like this? And I'm
Damn
like,
straight.
that's funny. So I do like that
Oh man,
character
it
mode.
hurts my heart to say it. We're gonna get a little off topic here, but like at the time was the Judd Winnick run on Green Arrow. I think it was him and can't remember the artist, so I feel really bad about that. But this is like coming off the tail end of like Kevin Smith and Phil Hester on Green Arrow, then like Phil Hester on Green Arrow, then like Brad Meltzer on Green Arrow,
The
and
wrestling
then
reporter?
Brad
That was a
Meltzer.
joke. Yeah, that was a
Oh,
joke.
okay. Um,
5 stars.
all right. Like it was like kind of like an impressive run of just like I think that book lasted like 65, 75 issues. Like it lasted well into 1 year later. Um, so it was really good stuff. So it bums me out. Also, like the most recent Green Arrow volume was like mostly tie-in shit for Joshua Williamson, and then the Chris Condon story after was so good, and it ended pretty unceremoniously at issue 31. So like there is good Green Arrow stuff out there. I'm just gonna say you haven't read it yet, but Green Arrow in this book particular is a dickhead and deserves a fist to the face.
Hmm. I mean, Catman gave him one hell of a hit too. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I loved Ragdoll in this. Like, he's just so weird, and also, like, as a big fan of like the JSA, like he's so intrinsically tied. There's some logic that Mockingbird doles out, where he's talking about like why he recruited, who he recruited. Um, let's see, Catman for his knowledge of Batman's army of foes, Deadshot for his familiarity with the remaining Suicide Squad members, Parademon for who knows Darkseid's machinations like no human could, Ragdoll, who grew up almost a nephew to the enemies of the Justice Society, Scandal, whose very father might be the second most dangerous man on Earth, Vandal Savage, and Cheshire, who has the knowledge and terrified respect of the opponents of the Teen Titans. And so maybe that's why I like Ragdoll so much, is because JSA is like probably my favorite DC property, if I'm gonna be lame and put a name like that on it. Um, but just like that tie to like a simpler era, and his disposition about being like, "Oh, bother. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to crush you, but I'm sure it'll be over soon." Like, I just thought that was so funny and so sadistic and messed up the way he was so casual about it.
Now his dad is one of the villains, right?
His dad is one of the villains. His dad is
Yeah.
the JSA villain, Ragdoll. So, like, this is second
Okay.
generation. But again, that's very JSA, like the story of legacy and the next generation.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that was what I read was right.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, all in all, so if you guys had listened to previous episodes, I did not care for the last book that we read. The space stuff just
Mhm.
doesn't it don't do nothing for me
Yeah,
really.
let's rank them, right?
All right. All right. So my rank would have to be hmm, let's see. You go first.
All
You go
right.
first, damn it.
All right. I really do think Villains United is the best one. I'm doing best, not my favorite, because my favorite is Rand Thanagar War, but I don't think it's the best one. I think Villains United is the best one. And I'm going to give some supplemental detail. I read the original trade paperback, the first print, the one I bought when I was probably a sophomore in high school back in 2005. There's no additional stories, there's no tie-ins to read, but they do list so many comics that they reference that are just like, here's where we dropped all these hints, which is really cool to see it like broken down like this. So let's see. They go Superman, Batman issue 6, Teen Titans 20, JSA 70, a comic called Breach issue 3, Outsiders 22, Wonder Woman 214, Teen Titans 23, Countdown to Infinite Crisis, Superman, Batman 19, JSA 73, Robin 135, Action Comics 828, JSA 74, and that's it. But it's really cool. They show like all these panels and they do like a quick summary. They show the creative team, which I didn't do because we don't have time. But just showing like how far the fingers of the secret society, of super society of supervillains extended into the DC universe. And so that shit's
Damn.
really cool. Catman's really cool. I love this book. I think Gail Simone is operating close to the peak of her powers, which is a mountain she has settled on for the last 20 years since this book came out. I think Dale Eaglesham is a wonderful artist. I think Val Smekas, who did like the villains, is I could barely tell a difference. This book I think is number one. I think OMAC has to be number two.
I mean, so far you've got my list. So,
Okay. I think Ran Thanagar War is number three. Just like strictly because like the Ivan Reyes art is phenomenal.
ooh,
Like
it is a very pretty book to look at.
incredibly pretty, big, dumb space opera, lots of laser guns between like zombie hawk people and
Oh, see, that's the one.
and
Remember,
Ranians.
Starfire's sister is in that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, who's this Starfire ripoff? And you're like, that's actually her sister. And I was like, oh,
So yes, rip off, but not rip off. Yeah, rip off adjacent. And man, I like Day of Vengeance, but I just don't think it's that good. Also, I haven't read Infinite Crisis in a minute. Like I realistically haven't read it in 3 years, but like I used to reread it every year because I loved it that much. I don't think Day of Vengeance really plays that big of a role in Infinite Crisis either. Like I think it was just them trying to like, tag up and like
I
cover
liked the
all their bases.
idea, but the execution sucks.
You were so excited when you saw the Spectre was in it. I feel so bad.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
you were
Like,
you were stoked. You thought it was going to be like real retribution, real oh god, what's the second book of the Bible? Like the old New Testament, right? Or Old Testament. You thought it was gonna
yeah,
be real Old
I
Testament shit, and
really
it
wish
wasn't.
that we were gonna get like, have you ever read the Spectre books from like the 60s and 70s?
60s
They're
and 70s, no,
wild.
but like the 80s, 90s, yeah, and like that shit was wild. We're like, oh, this is just a horror comic. Okay, cool.
Yes, that's what I thought we were gonna get, and then I got really excited when he took on Shazam. And then, nah, dude, it was a dud. And I was like, oh,
Now you
I was
kind of
that's upset.
it's kind of like if Suicide Squad were Harry Potter. Like that's kind of what we got in that book.
Yeah, and it
Right?
was
Yeah.
just, it was terrible. That's where I got introduced to Ragman, and he is kind of like a bum. I
I
remember when he
think
went to
Ragman's
kiss the
sick.
lady.
No, Ragman's sick. Not as good of a glow up as Catman. Also, thank God this was done 20 years ago. Because like if Catman went through this today, he'd have a podcast. He'd have like be part of the Manosphere. Like he would just be like, let me tell you how you could be like me. Like I'm so glad this shit was done before any of that stuff existed, and we just got like an actual image of nobility, an actual
Yeah,
just
he would have
dude
found
wanting to
himself at
better
like a
himself.
Starbucks
Yeah.
drinking oat milk.
Yeah, he'd be one of those guys who had like a 9 minute pre-roll YouTube ad before like you just watched a video game review and be like, let me tell you how to transform your life. I'm so glad you don't have to deal with any of that.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm not counting Countdown to Infinite Crisis, but I think my order would be Villains United, OMAC Project, Rand Thanagar War, and Day of Vengeance. I really do think that they're all like at least sevens out of 10. Like I don't think any of these books drag, really.
Nah, dude, Day of Vengeance
You think that
blows.
one does? You think it blows?
It blows. I was so disappointed.
I'm sorry, man.
The best issue is issue 3 when he takes on Shazam because that battle's badass and righteous. But other than that, dude,
Yeah.
nope,
Okay, no,
that's a
I
dud.
agree.
No, I think that you hit it all on the head. Like that was actually my same ranking, so I'm cool with that. We'll put the stamp of approval on it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, well, George, it looks like we're hitting our time mark.
It
Uh,
looks like we are coming up though. Like, do you want?
yeah,
Are we finishing this? Are we lighting this firecracker? Are we gonna do Infinite Crisis?
yeah, dude, we're gonna blow it up, and the next time that we do our next part of this, I want to do. It's a 7 issue miniseries. Yeah, 7 issues,
It's
right?
it's a 7 issue miniseries. There are companion books. I'm not asking you to read any tie-ins whatsoever,
Oh, there's a
but
shit ton.
oh, dude, there's so goddamn many. And like some of them are really good. Like they're like I was obsessed with Teen Titans at this point because this was like the Jeff Johns, Mike McCone era on Teen Titans, and like I thought that was really good shit. and there's like one night where like they just go on like a date basically, even like in the middle of the chaos. It's beautiful. But like I'm not asking you to read any of those, but there are companion books from these miniseries where there is like a Villains United Infinite Crisis special. There is a Day of Vengeance Infinite Crisis special. There is Ranthanagar War and OMAC Project Infinite Crisis specials. Would you like to read those and make this an 11 book?
Yeah, actually, because
Okay.
they're already loaded in the queue for my DC Infinite. Because if you read the first six issues, it is the seventh issue that will pop up. Again,
Hmm.
we are not sponsored by DC Infinite or Marvel Unlimited, but
Dude, we finally we should be. Like it
yeah,
sucks too
if you're
because like
listening,
I record a Marvel podcast predominantly, but like man, I like DC so much more and like I read so much more DC and like
I
DC
mean,
Infinite is
I'm
such a
not saying that it's better, but I'm not saying that it's worse.
it's a better product. Like DC Infinite is a better like a 1 month delay to get your books. It's so good.
Yeah, I do love that. All right, so the next time that we do another Infinite Crisis, because there are going to be other times that you hear George before the next, well, before this episode, you'll hear us talk about a couple other really fun books. You can go back and listen to it at this point. Um, we want to say thank you to everybody that's listening, and also by this time, we will be on Outworld Fleet radio station.
Hmm.
So if you guys are listening on there, be sure to give us a like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube and Spotify. I post new episodes every Friday. I try to keep everything up to date. Sometimes life gets really hectic. This is just for fun for us. So again, if you guys enjoy this show, remember to like, subscribe, and comment, hey, hit us up. We got the blue skies. I got the blue
Oh
skies.
man, I am begging for people to talk to me on Blue Sky. I just want to dork out about comics. Come say hey, come say what's up. Also, I write reviews for AIPT Comics every week. So check that out on Wednesdays. As of this recording, man, I even got like a video game review coming out. So if you are interested in games or comics, I am too. So let's talk about it.
I read the reviews. I trust George. I'm telling you. He ain't steered me wrong yet.
Yeah, and I don't get paid for these reviews. So they are unfiltered, unbiased opinions of these books.
All right. Well, again, thank you guys for listening. And as I always say, I hope you guys have a great day and peace out, Cub Scout.